Haley Welch. A little while ago, my life took a complete left turn and it changed forever. And along the way, I've realized that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Well, now it's my time to talk. Check out my podcast every week, Talk Tuah.
That's actually real. This is Haley Welch, aka the Hawk Tuah girl, and her podcast is incredibly cringe. First, we had Bobby Altoff's weird ass, and now we have Hawk Tuah girl. If you think, wow, this seems like the most disinteresting podcast of all time, buddy, you're 100% right.
True.
I am not sitting through an hour of something called Talk Tuah.
Come on, Haley, it's not that bad. All right, it's time to get out of the bed and quit rotting. Haley, get up.
All right, I'm ready to talk. So I wanted to start my podcast out here in Belfast, Tennessee, where I was born at and where I've been ever since until a few weeks ago when everything changed. No, really, I even learned that you can't bring a box cutter on a plane. So we'll be talking about all the crazy stuff that's happened since I got into this mess, and the stuff that me and Chelsea like to do before all this happened. And I want you guys to get to know me better than Hawk Tuah. No, it's Tuah. Like, you really got to put your emphasis. Yeah, you're not saying Tuah, you're saying Tuah.
My very first thought was, wow, the Hawk Tuah brand makes sense because this is corn level acting. Anyway, it's like a normal random intro. Turns out she's also comedian Matt Rife's last diehard fan. And she actually wants to be known for more than Hawk Tuah, so, you know, that's good. That's a step in the right direction if your podcast wasn't named after it. Also, who brings a box cutter going on an airplane? Like, okay, I understand. She's never flown before, but you know, like they're not aware that these things aren't allowed, but like, I don't know, I would assume someone would have like custom knives or something, but a box cutter? Anyway, side note, she literally seems like she'd be the sister of the Walmart Yodel kid.
Well, what's the point of memorizing any history? Because we've now learned that none of it was true.
Half of it.
When I grew up, I don't know if this is even what you learned in school, I learned that the Native Americans and the Pilgrims had a fun dinner.
That's what I got from
I
it.
learned that they put on their best shoes with buckles and their best hat, and they all sat down and shared maize. They had corn, and they had a cornucopia, and it went great. And now
Didn't they have a turkey too?
Yeah.
They had a damn turkey.
So you got lectured about history, so you now know what to not do while hosting a podcast.
Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1962.
1492.
Okay, he didn't teach me very much.
I think the most history until now has kind of been gossip, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of just like, you know what I mean?
Well, like I feel like
said.
if I won a battle, I'd be like, not only am I going to tell this story, but I'm also going to say like my opponent was like fat and stupid. Like, you know, I'm going to add insult to it too.
Yeah, totally.
Because he's not here to set the record straight.
Right, there was no way. I mean,
won.
it's like people are like, what if ChatGPT like photoshops photos? It's like we had paintings before where the king was telling them what to paint. I mean, that was probably worse than Photoshop.
Yeah, I'd be right.
Like Mona Lisa.
You know what? I'll say this. The guest Whitney Cummings looks great for 42, but after hearing the things she said about history, it seems she spent those 42 years taking care of her looks and neglecting the ever-loving hell out of her education. It's such a southern conspiracy theorist thing to say too, like, yeah, the earth is flat and history never existed. She's sitting there with a full confidence, believing, yeah, the natives weren't murdered. They were just sat down, given a nice dinner, and then had negotiations about the land. And who the is that one guy that the camera panned to? I'm gonna gloss over the fact that Hawk Tuah girl thinks Christopher Columbus found New America when her parents were alive. This is why NA schooling gets such a bad rap now, because not only do they not know about the rest of the world, but apparently don't know about their own country either. So if you didn't know, this podcast is produced by Jake Paul, Mr. Disney Channel's company, and that's the reason why she can have higher profile guests on and ask them if they know how to Hawk Tuah or something. You think I'm kidding, but watch this.
She don't give a f***. It's her
Let's
problem.
just hear you
she
say
does
it.
not give a single f***.
One more time?
I can't do it as good as
Do
Haley.
it.
You do it.
No, you do it.
Hawk Tuah.
There you go.
You gotta put like an emphasis on it, like tuh. You know, like really. Yeah. Say it. All right, all together.
Hawk Tuah.
Hawk tuh.
Hawk Tuah.
Say it aggressive, like
Hawk
you really.
Tuah.
Like you're mad at the day. You're mad at
Hawk Tuah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect, because people want to see Jake Paul do the Hawk Tuah when that drops, right? And that random dude just called Whitney Cummings Dan Schneider, bro. Jesus. She did not like that, you could tell. Also, your crush might never do it, but I'll give you the Hawk Tuah if you subscribe to my thing. I'm trying to become the #1 commentary yapper. Also, you know, I'm just going through the segments of this podcast, like, you know, what's going on? What is this even about? What's going on here? Let's see, alright? Why it's time to stop shaving your vagina hair. The life of a crackhead. Haley teaches Chelsea the Hawk Tuah. Pookie needs to swallow an AirTag. Decorating your vagina. Spit on that, huh? on that thing. Oh my god. Okay. What the hell is this podcast even about? Like, let's check this one out. I don't even know if I'm prepared.
You ever had to shit at a man's house?
Yeah, I don't even try to hide it.
Okay.
Real,
But we
real
said
shit.
we got it. We got it. We got the soundbite.
Yeah.
It's gonna make her as famous as Haley.
Why am
You holy shit.
Sits too. Why am I
We have
hiding
a
it?
sign called Shitting with Chelsea.
I don't even try to hide it. I'm in.
She's hot to spit on that thing. I'm hot
It's
to
a shit on that thing.
Please get her a hat that says
Shit on that thing.
Okay, maybe not.
Shit
do all
on that thing. That respect.
Yeah.
Just dab.
Yeah, I mean that is.
Jamie, what do you
Bro, what the f? There's so much to unpack. First of all, Chelsea, they just asked you if you're comfortable shitting at a guy's house. All you had to say was yes or no, not all that. And shit on that thing? Shit on that thing? Look, buddy, we got you this far with your old gimmick, but you're pushing it now. Also, Whitney Cummings is a professional comedian that just did the widest Generation X dab of all time. BRB, I'm gonna jump off a cliff out of cringe. Okay, one more section. I'm sure it only gets better.
But here's the thing. Oh, wow. So you still have some movement, which is good.
I have
You
tons of
should
movement.
have more, though. Here's the thing. Number one, if you're a girl and you get Botox, number one, you're going to attract pedophiles. Okay? We're all trying to stop shaving your vagina hair.
Don't stop shaving your vagina hair. I don't know
let's
where the
grow
f-
it
Whitney's
out
going
and
with
put
this.
beads
Don't
in it.
stop.
No, I
We're gonna
realized
grow it out and put
I
beads
was
in it.
dating creeps the longest time, and I didn't realize
Yeah.
I was baiting them by having a bald pussy and Botox. Of course. Okay?
Okay, thank you for that tip.
And also,
Thank
here's
you.
the other thing. I want people to know when I'm pissed off at them. I want them
Yeah.
to know when I'm mad. And I realized that when I had Botox, I didn't have any wrinkles. So I would be like mad at somebody and they'd be like, anyway, like they think I was joking. And I was like, I'm serious. And I would have to subtitle my face because they didn't have any wrinkles. Or wrinkles,
Okay,
they,
I feel better.
they convey information.
Okay, so first of all, I was very wrong. She didn't take care of her looks. That was just surgery. Also, Jesus Christ, never mind. Did I miss the memo on Whitney Cummings being really unfunny or something? Now, by all means, this podcast is hot garbage, but if you got famous overnight and were smart enough, you'd also capitalize on the fame like Haley. But Jake Paul's investment is going to be like the time people thought Dogecoin was going sky high till they realized it was a gimmick and no one gives a flying anymore. So you can't blame Haley. And to be very honest, her country personality will only really make it around America and then fizzle out. This podcast is not meant for the outside nations because already those dislikes hurt to look at. People are catching on to it and don't believe that Talk Tuah fans are even real. Gotta wait 5 more days for the next Talk Tuah episode. What? Who got it worse than you, bro? DMFC, what happened, bro? There's no way you're a real person. I'm sure you're real. Talk Tuah watch party? There's no way people are having Talk Tuah watch parties. I refuse to believe it. You can't be serious. Get a job. Yeah, I feel like everybody has the same sentiment about this. So yeah, just another podcast that nobody will watch after the first 5 episodes. Do we think Haley Welch somehow gets even more popular, or there's no or? That shit's not happening. Let me know what you think down below.
Subscribe to that thing!
Bye bye.